Shalom.
Shalom, y'all. Shema Yasha'Allah, Yahawah, AHLAHAYANAWA, Yahawah Echad. Shema Yasha'Allah, Yahawah, AHLAHAYANAWA, Yahawah Echad. Shema Yasha'Allah, Yahawah, AHLAHAYANAWA, Yahawah Echad. Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWASHI. Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWASHI. Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWASHI. Bahashem QADASH. AHLAHYAMLA, AHLAHAYANAWA, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, Bahashem QADASH. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops, and GMS. With due respect, this is the Akim or Lady Work. Shalom. To you believers, that Akim Aqua, always THAWADAH, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, QADASH. Giving thanks to our power, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, Holy Spirit, QADASH, which gives us understanding of good knowledge of the scriptures and education the names of our power, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. At it again, just to tell you how today's lesson is going to be in the news and go over, current things that's going on around the world, with a whole lot of things going on, but we're definitely going to touch on it. And we'll be again. All right, we're going to keep on touching that as often we need to do it every day, and we'll do it. Okay? Other stuff that's going on around the world. Hey, we'll want to edifying. So we're going to get some articles first. Stuff that's basically like drought. Articles. Talk about them, and then we're going to get the scriptures for it. One of them, right? Oh, that's a different. Alright, so what you can see here, it says Arizona and Nevada hit with up to 21% water cuts that start January 2023. Drying up Colorado River is draining Lake Mead and Lake Powell that are barely above 1/4 their capacity. You see the before and after, right? Now, July 3rd, 2022, you see it's becoming more drought. Okay. There's many places throughout the planet that they're experiencing drought. We'll get another one. This is here in Texas. All right, drought and record-breaking heat for a South Texas water crisis. All right, another drought in a different location. We'll get another one. It says new water cut coming for Southwest as Colorado River falls into Tier 2 shortage. I think the most Tier 3, like water drought, 3 tiers. That's the most. Tier 2 is just 1 tier away. All right. Yeah, that's about it. Actually, that's the articles, want to bring us that's related to the drought. Now, we can go and get the scriptures for it. Yeah, Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 38.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 38. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up. For it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols.
The land of graven images. Babylon is known for being a land of graven images, multiple, right? Graven images, idolatry. They see Buddha, a fish, Santa Maria, and the list goes on. There's many graven. Yeah, you got people that will worship things that's of this world. That's why it's part of the commandment. It says, thou shalt not make any graven images of the earth and of the heavens, something along the line. Yeah.
Right. He said fist like damn.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man.
It's talking about Babylon, aka America, and of course other nations too, especially Babylon, because Babylon is literally the land where it's filled with graven images. So a drought is being sent. Okay. So want to get Haggai?
This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 11. And I called for a drought upon the land, and upon the mountains, and upon the corn, and upon the new wine, and upon the oil, and upon that which the ground bringeth forth, and upon men, and upon cattle, and upon all the labor of the hands.
All right, so the NLT version for that, right? It says, I have called for a drought on your fields and the hills, a drought to wither the grain and grapes and olive trees and all your other crops, a drought to starve you and your livestock, and to ruin everything you have worked hard to get. So we're seeing a lot of farmers are witnessing everything they worked hard for, and everything that grows from the ground, their livestock is all starving, is dying. Okay, because of the drought. It says here again, it says a drought to starve you and your livestock. So because a drought is going to starve a lot of people, and that's going to lead to a famine. Okay, when there's no water, you know, how can you keep the body hydrated? When there's no water, the livestock, you know, the foods that we can eat are going to die, and there won't be no lawful meat to eat. Okay. See how there's a major domino effect? When one thing is affected, it affects the whole chain. Okay, so this about a drought itself, it can cause a major domino effect here, planet Earth, life itself. Okay, so we already got that. And pretty much take the point. You know, the drought is being sent here. It's going to cause a major chain reaction to many other effects here in Babylon and those that go therein.
That it goes to show you too that the word of the Lord, YAHAWASHI W4Y, is alive and well, man. This ain't no storybook that was for the past. This is all happening now. This is the Lord's move. This is all coming into fruition. Like
so we only get the MOB to the C to the hit stuff.
yeah.
To the C to the hit.
And code words, man.
We're gonna get some images, and we're gonna have to get like two videos. So if y'all not aware, you know, Amazon One already has this system pretty much, you know, up and running. It's just in a matter of when this very system is actually going to be used on a day-to-day, you know, on your day-to-day life. Okay. Once that curriculum become mandatory. Okay. All right. People are already being conditioned in the mind to accept this. So when that curriculum do becomes mandatory, they already been deceived or conceived. They already been conditioned, I'll say, programmed to do it. Okay. See, this is another one. Yeah, it says one scan does it all. Amazon One simplifies everyday interactions. It's a free contactless service that lets you use your palm to pay, enter, or identify yourself. So this is one of many ways of how the damn devil is gonna deceive those that dwell upon the earth by the means of those miracles mentioned in the book of Revelation. The first one to get that soon. It says here, a quick and easy way to make a payment. Enter a venue or identify yourself. Sign up once, then use wherever Amazon One is available. It says here, you are in control. You choose when and where you use your palm. Really, that's another way of the devil being very cunning. And being a devil goes into deceive, right? having you believe that you have total control of this, but really you don't. All right, you're gonna catch you slipping. Okay,
It makes it seem like your everyday life is gonna be easier. He accustoms you to that because apparently the American way of life, which truly is a hard thing that you're always gonna have your ID on you. You need your damn keys. You need your key for your house. He accustomed you to this way of life so that he can make an easier way of life. No TV, and he tells you, oh, it's easy. Everything is on here. Your ID, your key. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. Your money is on here. It's literally just slowly but surely accustoming you and programming you to be like, oh damn, I don't want to carry all this shit. Everything's gonna be on that chip. It's easy, it's simple. I'm gonna take that thing.
You're gonna catch slipping. Another one, if I'm mistaken. It says the MOC hit on the way. Repent before it's too late. Yeah, like that scripture says, making those cherries to turn to the Lord. All right. Don't keep pulling off day to day trying to turn back to our power because you don't actually see the prophecy affecting you pretty much. Okay. It says, quote unquote, cash free. Central bank digital currency, also known as CBDC, right? It's the abbreviation for central bank digital currency. Rollout coming in December, right? So, mind like the scripture says in Habakkuk 2 or 3, it says, though it's certain, wait upon it because it's not when it comes to paraphrase. So, we don't know, mind you, again, this I'm just speaking as a man, right? This could be a way of the devil to try to deceive the elect, having the elect believing that, okay, since the devil's saying in December, okay, around December, expect, for that thing to be manifold, expect that cash-free central bank digital currency that's to roll out. But really, he can do it before December, or he can do it after. That's why the scripture clearly states to watch and pray. You are a watchman that is set upon the house of Israel, or you're constantly on watch, constantly on alert, because you never know when exactly. Only our power knows exactly when each appointed vision is going to happen. Okay, so even though it says December, hey, it could be before December or it could be after. But you gotta constantly be on your watch. Okay, here's one more. A few more things. So as you can see here, right, Amazon Palm payment is coming to over 65 Whole Foods stores. And this video is of it too. We're gonna play it. How you just yourself. You want to get this right quick. All right, that thing you see in that individual's, with index finger and thumb is holding it, and to the right you see what's being inserted. That right there is what you see above. You see it up there, the R, same thing, right? The charagma thing. That's the charagma, the R fib. The R fib, yes, that's the R fib. That's the charagma. Right there, you see it right there. Alright? And let's see. I'm gonna get a quick two little clips. Did it? Let me see if I can.
Look at this, Rachel. Enter with your palm. Are you serious? Enter with your palm, and then you can buy whatever you want to buy with the palm of your hand. Oh, my Lord in heaven. Hell no. No, Absolutely not.
What's crazy, you have people from the other nations, right, that know what that is. You know, mind you, at the end of the day, the scripture says, you know, not to judge according to the appearance of the person. Who knows? That chick you saw, they could be Israelite women. It could be a speckled bird. All right, but there are men and women of other nations that truly believes and knows that, hey, that mark as mentioned in the book of Revelation chapter 13 is, you know, that damn she hit. You know, they know, but yeah, 2/3 of our nation that believe that the what our elders teach about the charagma is everything or anything other than what truly is. It's apparently is when you lay down with the heathen woman, when you have sex with a white woman. If that's the case, a lot of us brothers in this truth are fucking doomed already. Okay? Hey, just keep it 100. All right? Apparently, picking up other philosophies. If that's the case, we'll all be doomed too, because we were once a part of the right protected Christian, Catholic, Buddha, and Santa Maria, you know, and the list goes on. I think I also mentioned it's also the embargo, something like that. You know, everything and anything other than what truly is. Okay, all right. So, you know, you saw the woman up there. You know, even she knows what that is. All right. You know, the last thing about it. But yeah. All right. So if you want, you can get that. Yeah, you can go.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8 and 9. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour, whom resisteth steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world.
So it says, let me get an NLT version right quick, so you can have a better understanding. All right, so it says here in the NLT version, 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 8 and 9, all right, it says, stay alert, okay, stay alert, watch out for your great enemy, the devil, deceiver, okay, it says the devil, the deceiver, was talking about, you know, the so-called white man, the Edomites, right? He prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Stand firm against him and be strong in your faith. Remember that your family of believers all over the world is going through the same kind of suffering. All right, so, you know, stand firm, you know, stay alert, don't get caught slipping, because what we just showed in the video is one of many ways of that devil prowling around like a lion, looking for someone to devour, looking for someone to take to bring them down with him when YAHAWASHI comes back and destroys Babylon. Okay, he's trying to gather up as many Israelites, many people to go down with him when they be brought down. Okay, so constantly stay alert. You're gonna always stay alert by constantly watching videos. You know, constantly wanting to be up to date with what's going on in the world. You know, that's you being a watcher. Okay, you take advantage of like news apps. You know, you can have your phone. You know, we have news break apps, a great app that's constantly uploading what's going on around the world. People being deleted. People being, you know, people doing all kinds of crazy shit. And okay, you got it.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
All right, so when you go into that word devices, right? Let that see if you go. Okay. So, okay, we'll be low here. All right, so we're gonna go into that word devices, right? The definition for it, application purpose, device, definition. We're gonna get the second definition, okay? It says a plan. If you want, you can go to Ephesians So the word device, right, for that scripture, the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11, right? Least saying the advances of us, we're not ignorant of the devices. Like devices, yeah, the Greek word, I think I pronounced noema, something like that. But right, the Google definition would be a plan, method, or trick with a particular aim. Okay, and I was going into the similar terms, right? I was going into the similar terms. I think the first one up here, right? Okay, so similar terms for devices would be it would be tactic, plan, scheme, plot, trick, and another one that caught my attention through the Spirit of Power YAHAWASHI W4Y, whale, right? Click on that. And it says here, well, it says devious or cunning stratagem employed in manipulating or persuading someone to do what one wants, right? And it says cunning, right? And we know that in the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 27, it said the boys grew and Esau was a cunning hunter. That's talking about the damn devil here, okay? All right, that's the damn devil. Esau, Edom, so-called white man, Edomite, right? That's him. So again, 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, his devices, plans, tricks, tactics, whales is one of them, right? And we already read, what the definition goes into, and that's actually a scripture. You got Ephesians,
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 11. Put on the whole armor of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
So then how do you put on the whole armor of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI so you can be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, right? By constantly renewing your mind with the wisdom and knowledge of our power. Okay, all right. The word is known as being the sword of our power. The shield is faith, the helmet of salvation, the belt of truth. I think the shoes is something of like readiness, right? Something along that line. But you got to put on this whole armor. You got to be clothed with the spiritual garment, the wisdom and knowledge. How about outside? Because what you want to be able to fight against principalities. If I'm not mistaken, doesn't it say that in the next verse? Yeah, yep. Yeah, you want to get that?
Verse 12. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
And when you go into principalities in the Bible, point, one of the terms would be angels and demons. Okay? And mind you, there's not just only angels on the right hand side, there's evil angels as well too on the left hand side. That's who our enemies truly are, the enemies of the unseen world. This is a spiritual battle right now, but real soon it's going to go from being a spiritual battle to where it's going to be physical now. Right, but right now, spiritual battle is the battle that's constantly up here in your mind. Okay. All right, so we're going to move on now. So, again, 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, which is vices. It goes into not being deceived by the devil's plans, schemes, tricks, tactics. Is wow, right? Wow. Okay, and we just went into what wow means. Okay. So now we're gonna get some of the MOB scriptures.
The book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 15 through 17. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
And that mark come up, the charagma. Again, that charagma is something that has to be implanted, carved through your flesh into your body. Okay? Is a artificial object that has to be put inside of you. And in order for that object to go inside of you, you have to be cut open. Okay? Alright? And when you put that thing inside of you, there's no place for repentance after that. Once you put that thing inside of you, you made yourself to be a possession onto the Edomites. You're making yourself to be a slave onto the Edomites. That's the bad that servitude goes into. Being completely owned by someone more powerful than you. And what's currently in rulership right now? The damn Edomites. Okay?
Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
And mind you, we brought out how very soon, when they already signed that executive order 14, right? So pretty much it's going to, at some point, we're going to enter a cashless society. You know, the only way you'll be able to buy or sell if you have a credit or debit card. Okay, that charagma may not be mandatory right there and then, but you won't be able to pay for nothing without cash. I remember a brother was going into how, let's say for example, if you do try to pay something with cash, right? They're gonna have to call at least like 2 or 3 people that know you personally to confirm your identity that you are such and such. All right, but when you got the credit or debit card, you know, pretty much information is already, on that particular card, debit card. That's them trying to control you, and them just trying to have kind of keep you under the scope, pretty much, trying to have you in their radar set. Okay, and they're slowly conditioning the people to where, boom, then all of a sudden there ain't gonna be no more credit or debit card to use, and the only way you can literally buy or sell is by you having that problem in you. They're slowly working their way up there, brainwashing people, conditioning, programming you little by little.
Just look at the things that they're doing, man. They got these contactless payments that's grooming you into what they want you to freaking get, that C chip in the near future. Literally, it's easy, it's simple. I ain't gotta worry about having my debit card anymore. I don't gotta worry about having my ID on me. I ain't gotta worry about having a house key. The key in general, that's gonna be a fob to open up a door for you.
How lazy?
Honestly, open up many doors.
How lazy you gotta fucking be to not want to touch the door and open it. Just open this shit, nigga. Open this shit. Just grab the knob and twist the shit.
You want to scan your shit to open the fucking door, like
lazy motherfuckers. Alright, but anywho, want to get to chapter 14. So we already read to you that that charagma is what it is, right? That C hip, right? The R, we said the R fig, the R fig, right? Might these code words there.
Yeah.
Right? Now through the spirit and power, YAHAWASHI W4Y, we're going to tell you what's going to happen when you take that shit. You get? You got chapter 14.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 14, verse
20. Which one you want to start at?
I'm going to start at 8. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 14, verse 8 through 10. There followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
And that's what the damn devils did. They caused all these other nations, and mind you, a nation is people for the place. So these damn devils caused everyone here, especially our people, right? 2/3 of our nation, right? They caused them to get drunk off of their philosophy. Christianity is one of the most poisonous fucking doctrine out there. Okay, the fucking Jesus people. one of the most poisonous, addictive juices out there. Stay away from that shit. Okay? The Santa Maria juice.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
Mary, Mother of God, and all
the
that
fucking
shit.
Buddha hookah juice. The fucking what's that the chick got all those arms, got a Shiva some shit.
Wow.
You know, and the list goes on, man. Right? All these different philosophies and doctrines, right? This damn devil caused all of our people in the other nations to get drunk off that shit. Because of that, she had made all these nations to get drunk off of that, right? The wine of the wrath of her fornication. So they're gonna be caught up in the destruction of these damn devils. Okay, you got it.
Verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
So verse 9 says, any man worship the beast, his agenda, NWO, right? These damn devil's agenda, and his image, and receive his charagma. The mark goes into his charagma, in his forehead or his hand, anywhere in the body, be anywhere in the body, right? This is your punishment in verse 10. Want to read it again now? Yep. This is your punishment when you take that shit.
I'm gonna read that. Okay, that goes together too. Verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, and in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb.
That fire and brimstone, that those who get hit with that charagma, you're gonna be tormented in that lake of fire, which is from the nuclear thermal missile, from the nuke. Okay, second death in the lake of fire. But
verse 11. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name.
So it's a metaphor for, the place is going to be hit up with so many missiles, like it says in Revelation 200,000, right? Pretty much these 200 million. 200 million arrows, which those nukes, okay? The nuke, the ICBMs are going to be hitting this place too. Chariots, which world usually believes to be the UFOs. Chariots, they're going to be laser beaming this shit too, adding more fuel to it, and this place is going to be so on fire that smoke is going to reach the sky that's permanent. Okay, to leave a sign behind. To leave Babylon to be an example of a what if. Like, this is what happens when when you go against our power, our young God. Babylon will be made as an example. It's going to be burning for quite some time. Okay, not literally forever, but for a period of time. It says to worship the beast and his image, and who receive the mark of the beast. Okay, we see that problem. Okay, you'll get caught up in that Saratana experience. Those that have seen Terminator, right? Let's see, chapter 16. You got it.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 16, verse 1 and 2, then jumping to 89. And I heard a great voice, this is verse 1 and 2. And I heard a great voice out of the temple, saying to the seven angels, go your way and pour out the vials of the wrath of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI unto the earth. And the first angel went and poured out his vial upon the earth. And there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image.
So grievous sword is one of the punishments that's called too you're going to receive when you keep that charagma. Grievous swords. And we're going to give an example of like grievous sword. Okay, quick little example before we move on to the other verses in chapter 15. You can get it right now, so you can have an example. This is an example right here. All right.
Not hearing like that.
Yeah, his. Wait for on the laptop.
Damn.
All right. So it says here, this person who got, grievous sores, he got it from the damn Donkey Kong, the Donkey Kong patient, okay? Curious George patient. It says, who nose started to rot. Daily, I think it says mail online. Yeah, it's kind of blurry on my end, but you see the person's nose is rotting, and it looks like it's falling off. And you see like on the side, like the side of like the nose, like the cheekbone area, his lip, you see more grievous sores, like bumps. Right? He got more Curious George and his cousins all around him. Okay, that's an example of having a grievous sore. Okay, but expect it to be even worse. Like movies like anything that relates like zombies, right? Resident Evil, World War Z, Dawn of the Dead, 28 days, and weeks later. I know the list goes on, right? You know how the zombies have grievous sores. They have big pusses on their face and their bodies, like their shoulders, they're all over, open wounds. It looks like flesh. It looks like they were like scratching on it at some point. That flesh starts to like to rip away. Right? That's an example of grievous sores. Okay.
In the same chapter, chapter 16 in the book of Revelation, verse 8 and 9. Verses 8 through 11. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, which hath power over all these plagues. And they repented not to give him glory. Verse 10.
Verse 8 and 9, where it mentions scorched, right? Scorched in verse 8 and 9, scorched, right? In the blood of the Bible, the Strong G 2739, Kamatio, right? It goes into to burn with heat. Another definition would be to be tortured with intense heat, and that intense heat that people are going to be burned and tortured with, those who get that charagma, right? Is that fire and brimstone that he read in chapter 14, right? Fire and brimstone, they were tormented with fire and brimstone, they take fire, all right? From nukes, okay? So you got
verse 10. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness, and they groaned their tongues for pain.
Like biting tongue is going to be too much pain.
Like it's gnawed.
Gnawed, yeah.
They gnawed their tongues for pain. Verse 11. And blasphemed the name, and blasphemed the power of heaven, because their pain and their sword, and repented not of their deeds.
So while whoever gets that charagma, while they're experiencing that judgment, being tormented in the fire and brimstone, being scorched, right? Kamatio, right? Scorched, to be burned with intense heat, right? Scorched with intense heat, right? Verse 11 says, and blamed the power, right? YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI of heaven, because of their pain and their swords, okay? Their swords, the grievous swords, right? And repented not of their deeds. So instead of trying to repent out, even though it's just too late to repent when you're going to be tortured, but they're going to be talking shit pretty much. They're going to be calling out all kinds of name style power because there is so much pain to being tortured. Okay? All right. Let's see. So when that charagma do become mandatory, right? Speaking to the Akib out there and the few sincere Akwad out there, two sincere sisters, a little amount of sisters out there, right? First, when you get the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Right? When you go into, let's say, the word of my patience, the word of my suffering, patience is long suffering, right? And that's what the believers are going through right now. Where we're long suffering for the return of Yahawashi God. We're long suffering for prophecies to be fulfilled already. Okay? And so, those who keep who keep patient, you can constantly endure the suffering, especially during the hour of temptation, right? Which is going to be tried upon the whole world, right? And when you go into the world, when you say world, right? It's not talking about cosmos, right? It's talking about here it says oikomio, what is it? Oikomio, yes, pretty much what is the globe. It's talking about the whole world here, okay? It's not talking about just one particular nation, it's talking about the whole world, everyone that's here, okay? It's gonna be like that, that major final exam pretty much. It's like that final test.
Yeah.
Alright? That final test that's going to determine if you're gonna pass let's say 3rd grade to go to 5th grade, or whatever grade to go to the next grade, okay? Alright? Our temptation is gonna try everyone, even the believers, okay? But the believers are going to be the ones that's going to keep the word of his patience. And because of that, YAHAWAH is going to keep them from our temptation. Okay? And that corral behind him manifold. Okay? He's going to perform miracles for you. And there's so many precepts and scripture that goes into how the prophets, the believers of YAHAWASHI was kept fed during the famine. Okay? Yeah, ravens was sent to drop off food.
That's the First Kings chapter 7.
Ravens, hey, when bring that out. So,
hey,
for an example, bring that out as an example. Let's say, for example, modern day war, right? Say during famine, during our temptation, right? A big ass hawk, a big ass bird just start pecking on you, ting, 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 ting. And you open the door, and you see a big, hawk, a bird, or an eagle. So who knows, right? And they just dropped off a whole bag of food for you. Fresh meat, something to drink. Let's say you're a brother who suffers some kind of illness, you need meds, you want me some meds in there for you, or actual herbs, right? Who knows, right? Our Father's going to take care of you. This is the one of many ways.
I'm gonna read. This is 1 Kings chapter 17, 3 and 4. 3. Verse 3. Get thee hence and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded a raven, the raven, to feed thee there.
You're starting that.
I'll probably get the rest of it too. This is verse 5. He went and did according unto the word of the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, for he went and dwelt by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. Verse 6. And the raven brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook.
Right, so NLT version, verse 6 and 7, the raven brought bread and meat each morning and evening, and he drank from the brook, right, from a river, right, place that has water. It said fresh water. But after a while, the brook dried up, for there was no rainfall anywhere in the land. So it's still drought. Okay, so you gotta, especially if it's in the time you're coming into, because the devil and other nations, they have nuclear capability, right? And missiles start hitting this place, that's gonna pollute the water with thermonuclear soda R. Radiation. There's gonna be radiation in the water. It's gonna be polluted. But our power can literally make it to where that, even though, regardless of how polluted, how much radiation is in that water, our power can make that particular part of the brook to be purified, to be clean, so you can drink. Okay, you got it.
That was it.
Yeah, so that's one of many examples I want to bring out, you know, of how you're going to be kept through the hour of temptation. You know, our power is going to send, you know, fowls of the air to drop off food. Our power, let's say, you know, your damn refrigerator is completely empty. I mean, it's empty. You don't even got ice in there, motherfucker. You got nothing. It's just blowing out cold air. You know, or it might even be blowing out cold air because the power might be out too, right? But our power can literally make it to where, right, you open the refrigerator and the freezer, and there's nothing in there, right? You close it, doing close yourself in a private area. You want to talk about power for the moment. You want to pray about power, and boom, you open the refrigerator again, and it's just stocked with lamb, chicken, fucking, any clean meat you can eat. They got grains, they got fruits, they got vegetables. Shit, our power might also hook you up and have some bottle of yan, in the closet somewhere too, so you got, you're gonna give you great abundance, okay? Or you may pull a, like for example, brother YAHAWAH is on the combo right now. Hey, Shalom, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. Our power can pull a Bell and the Dragon.
Oh yeah,
Bell and the Dragon. Right? They say the brother YAHAWAH is hungry. He got no food right now. Our power may send an angel to one of us or both of us. He's like, hey, go drop off this food to your brother YAHAWAH, who's somewhere in a different part of Babylon. And because we've been exposed to what happened during the Bell of the Dragon, we're just going to agree. We're not even going to try to act our power, but we're not even going to try to talk to YAHAWAH. We never been to Michigan. We don't know how to get there. We're just gonna wait on him. Like, are you gonna teleport me there? We're gonna be waiting quiet. We're just gonna wait.
Wait. You're gonna take the hemisphere of your spirit and just send you there.
Yeah.
Like, don't even worry about it. I got you.
All right. That's one of many ways of how you can be kept with our temptation. Okay. All right. And there's so many other examples that we bring out, but that's one of many. Right? Like Peter says, nothing is impossible with our God. Okay? Think of the most bizarre way to be kept from the hour of temptation, or to be delivered from danger, from the purpose, and it can be saved. Or our power can make it even better. You're like, oh shit, they might even think of that. All right, so we want to go to another article real quick. Seems like two more things. We're going to go into this video about the cash, the video about the sponsor, like the Zimbabwe one. I think you want to bring up. You can bring that up too if you want. That's ready. Okay. Here we go. It's like 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. It's like a late starts when I press it. I get the play out. That pop up the screen. But so we can.
Have you got an old 20 or 50 pound note in your wallet? You might not know that after September 30th, it'll no longer be legal tender in the UK. So we're here at the Bank of England to ask the Chief Cashier, Sarah John, what you should do with your old notes.
You've got until the end of September to use them. So if you've got any at home, dig them out, either take them to the shops and spend them, put them in your bank account. After the end of September, they won't be legal tender anymore. We've obviously moved now largely to the polymer notes, which are cleaner, safer and stronger. On the £50 note, we've got the amazing mathematician Alan Turing. I think he was a very, very popular public choice actually, both for his work during the war at Bletchley Park, code breaking, but also his foundational work on computing, really the founder of modern day computing. And on the £20 note, we've got the famous artist W4Y Htown In, fantastic seascapes in particular that he's famous for. So there are £6 billion worth of the paper 20s still in circulation and £8 billion worth of the 50s still out there. The latest data is that 1.2 million people in the UK rely basically completely on cash for their day-to-day payments, and a lot of people like to use cash. It's very tangible, it's a good budgeting tool. I think a lot of £50 notes people actually have as what we call a store of value. So they take them out and have them as a little nest egg at home. We've dealt with a case very recently where there were a number of banknotes issued during the Second World War, and what we think's happened is that a storekeeper put them in a box and put them in the back room of their shop underneath the floorboards, probably for safekeeping. And the shop was being renovated a couple of years ago, and when they dug up the floor they found these old £1 notes, but they got sent in to us. It took the team a long time to count them, but there were somewhere between £20,000 and £30,000 worth of banknotes there. Those banknotes will always be worth their face value to us at the Bank of England, so there are options. Most UK banks will accept them still after the 30th of September as a deposit into a UK bank account, or you can do a postal exchange with us at the Bank of England. If you go onto our website, all the details of how to do that are on there.
Oh yeah.
That'll be 19. It's 19. All right, so you saw there, right, in that the video, right? Pretty much, you know, we're going to enter a cashless society. All right. So the scripture that comes to mind, the brothers won't get it in Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, and verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity.
When you read that NLT version, straight to the point, it said they're going to throw out their money like worthless trash. Because when we enter that cashless society, cash is pretty much worthless. You can't buy or sell with it. All right, you probably can use it for papel para puro. You know, you can use it to wipe your ass, the tissue. Or when it gets cold, your power goes out, you can use that to burn it up, to keep it warm. But you will not be able to use that, those dollars, you better buy or sell. You better feed yourself. That part where you read what said, fill their bowels, right? And then on the verse, it goes into satisfy their hunger, something like that, right? Because the only way you can buy or sell, we're going to read it again. The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verses 16 to 17, straight to the point. And he, right, the damn devil, causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their forehead. That's the forehead is the brain chip, or you can get that actual charagma, the C hip, anywhere in your body. Doesn't matter where, but somewhere in your body, okay? All right. And verse 17, and that no man, no, even women and children, doesn't matter who you are, right? And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right. So the only way you be able to satisfy your hunger, like you can say, well, feed your bowels, fill your bowels, right? Is you have that charagma, okay? All right. And we want to bring out with the Revelation 19:20, because you got a lot of false prophets out there, falsely telling the masses of people that charagma is everything or anything other than what it truly is, other than what it really is. Like pretty much anything that's going against what our elders has been prophesied over 30 plus years. It is that C hit, that artificial object, okay? And so this is going to be the punishment for you false prophets too that's out there, not knowing what the fuck you're talking about.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 19 and verse 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet, that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image.
These both
Oh, kind of. Oh, damn. I like it.
Yeah, it's the most saying. I know it's a little more to
It kind of, it's like it. These both were cast alive in the lake of fire, burning with brimstone.
Right, so in the beginning of that, the brother read where it said that wrought miracles before him, which deceiveth them that have received the charagma. When you go to Revelation chapter 13, verse 15, right? And he had power. Oh, this the one? Okay, no, verse 14. Sorry. Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 14. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, by his technology, what that charagma is capable of doing. Left-hand side miracle, okay? Which had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live. Okay? So that's the back of the brother in Revelation chapter 19, verse 20. But it says that wrought miracles before them, which deceived them that had received the charagma. Okay? Alright, and it's also they said the false prophet. So all the other camps out there, anyone that has this zeal about power, but they don't have the true understanding of the wisdom and knowledge of the prophecies, of the dark sayings, right? And you're prophesying false prophecies, you are considered as that false prophet, where it says towards the ending, right? It says these both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. That lake of fire, the second death. By the nukes, okay? Those arrows that's mentioned in the Apocrypha, okay? Those missiles, again, you're gonna get burnt up in there. Alive. It says alive. We're cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. Okay? All right. So you're gonna get another article, and then going into pestilences, which eventually is gonna lead to another LD. If you want, you can start with Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 7-9. I'm gonna play a quick little clip of it. It's only like a minute, 3 seconds long.
Strap in. It is about to get wild. I got some crazy. Look, highest alert over outbreak. Okay? Usually I don't even get into the article, but let's get into the article. So I told you like 2 days ago they were gonna have a meeting. Here's what happened at that meeting, okay? They are saying it is spreading so fast, rapidly across the world, that it has to be a global, international concern. Okay? They are issuing recommendations which will spur countries to take action to stop transmission of the virus. Now, please tell me, what is something that countries would need to do to take global action to stop the transmission of the virus that I've been saying? Global lockdown.
Quick and second Esdras, straight to the point, right? The first one we get is second Esdras, chapter 15. Verse 16, just straight to the Second Esdras chapter 15, verse 17. If I can get to the point. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So in a lockdown, which is coming soon, the LD 2.0, people are going to desire to go to a desired destination, but not going to be able to. Now, we don't know exactly what's going to be the cause of you not being able to go to your desired city. It could be because you don't have that charagma. It's because you're probably not most up to date with the hot sauces out there, or or because it's just, you know, there's so many pestilences going on out there that to prevent the spread of it, they want to see the traffic that's going on out there. We don't know exactly how they're going to cause people to not enter our city, but that sounds like a lockdown. Okay, and you know, they mentioned about pestilence, right? So we're going to go to the pestilence.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28, verse 7 through 8. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears.
This word, right? This word. You know, the words about power, prophecy, right? Yeah.
And in the ears of all the people, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
That's what the prophets had did. The prophets of the old had did in the past, and like the scripture says, prophets are subject unto prophets. So most likely, the brothers, the men who you see prophesying today, are the same prophets of the old. Yep. All right, which is back in our lots today. So, you know, if we are those very men, those very prophets, or what we are, you know, we prophesy of the thing that's happening right now in the past. Okay? All right? You got it. What else is? All right, it mentioned pestilence. That's the point we want to get. It's that pestilence in there, right?
I read it. Okay. Verse 8 in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
And of pestilence. All right. Pestilence, similar terms would be I'm not sure if I even use the keyword, but the pandemic, I'm gonna say, okay? the pandemic. Okay, you know, for those who I'm talking about, right? But that's one of the similar terms for it. You even got epidemic, one of the similar terms for it. Viruses, diseases, you know, there's many similar terms to it, okay? But you know, it goes into you know different types of illnesses that's gonna be out there. Okay, and to back up the brother, Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 49. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death. So again, our power has mentioned it, right? That he's going to send pestilences upon the earth. Okay, he's going to send diseases, and I think it's somewhere in Deuteronomy, if I'm mistaken, how he goes into how like even pestilences, that's not even the law of the book. So it's even going to be pestilences that's going to be sent here on earth, especially here in Babylon. That's not even in the book. They just won't even know about it. That none of them have heard of before. Somewhere in Deuteronomy. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. Bear with me. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, the book of the law, something like that. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 61. Now you got it. Oh shit! All right, hold on. Let me double check.
All right.
61, right? Yeah. Chapter 28, right? Yeah, you got it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 61. Also, every sickness, every plague, which is not written in the book of this law, them will I, the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
every sickness, and that's one of the similar terms too that goes into pestilence, illness, sickness. So even the ones that's not in the book, not in the Bible, going to be sent upon him. Damn. Because the ones we do know about is already bad enough.
Yeah.
So damn, we're gonna be seeing ones that we never even heard of or seen before. Like damn.
Till you destroy.
Hey man, I don't know how many times we gotta keep bringing out Hebrews
10:31.
Man, it's a
Yeah.
fearful thing to fall into the hand of little power. God. All right. You want to go to Isaiah now? We're gonna close out Isaiah chapter 30. Verses 9 and 10, and then you're gonna jump to 12. 9 and 10, and then you're gonna jump to 12.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 9 and 10, and also 12 and 13. Verse 9. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear not hear the law of the Lord Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi.
Some of the 2/3 of our nation, so the 2/3 of our nation are a rebellious house, a rebellious children. They're constantly going against our power, and how they're doing that by going against the doctrine that our elders, apostles, bishops, and the men on down, the doctrine that we all bring out. By them going against the doctrine, that's them going against YAHAWAH by YAHAWASHI. That will make them be rebellious children. Okay, you got it.
Verse 10. Which say to the seers, see not, and to prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceit.
Let
me just get all the way down.
Yeah. We get that up cheaper. But yeah, you good. You got it.
Verse 11. Get you out of the way. Turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Verse 12. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression, and perverseness, and stay. I got like mark on it. Stay thereon. No. Verse 13. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach, ready to fall, swelling out in the high wall, those breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. Verse 14. And he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting, in the burstings of it assured to take fire from the heareth. Let me reread it. Verse 14. And he shall break it in pieces. He shall break of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the burstings of it assured to take fire from the heareth, or to take water withal out of the pit. Verse 15. For thus saith the Lord Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi power, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall ye be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and ye would not. Verse 16.
And ye would not. That's my 2/3. Okay.
Verse 16. But ye said no, for we will flee upon horses, therefore shall ye flee. And we will ride upon the swift, therefore shall they that pursue you be swift.
Okay, so I'm getting an LT version, right? So you have a better understanding what the brother read. Starting at verse 9. Let's see. I'll start at verse 8. because it's worded a little bit different. So it says, now go and write these words, write them in a book. They will stand until the end of time as a witness of the word in the Bible, right? Prophecy. All right, so verse 9. And these people are stubborn rebels, 2/3, right? The so-called black, so-called Latino, so-called Hispanic, so-called Native Indians, okay? Who refuse to pay attention to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI's instructions. They tell the seers, the prophets, right? Stop seeing visions. They tell the prophets, don't tell us what is right. Tell us nice things. Tell us lies. So they don't want us to keep it real with them about, hey, you know that Carragher is actually that C hit, right? Hey, you know it's gonna be a dig of trouble, right? 2/3 to rebellious house, right? Non-believers, right? Hey, Esau, Edom going to captivity, right? You know the other nations going to captivity, right? Hey, those who sincerely believe in Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI and they trying their best to please them, the men in particular, right? They don't receive spiritual power.
Yeah, they don't want to hear that.
They don't want to hear that. They don't believe in that. They don't want to hear that YAHAWASHI Mashiach is from the tribe of Judah. He's a dark-skinned melanin man, right? No, they want to believe in that. They want to continue believing that the Messiah is the so-called white man. They want to continue believing that the Messiah is Jesus Christ. Okay, and the list goes on, right? And the list goes on. Okay, all right. So pretty much they don't want the prophets to prophesy to them the truth. Okay, that's the verse 10. Verse 11. Forget all this gloom. Get off your narrow path. Stop telling us about your Holy One of Israel, which is YAHAWASHI. All right, and that's true. Okay, verse 12. This is the reply of the Holy One of Yahshua, right? YAHAWASHI. Because you despise what I tell you and trust it instead in oppression and lies, calamity will come upon you suddenly, like a building wall that bursts and falls. In an instant, it will collapse and come crashing down. So when calamity finally visits you 2/3 is going to visit you suddenly. Suddenly goes into without warning, all at once, unexpected. Okay, you won't catch hell, at your most vulnerable state. It says you will be smashed like a piece of pottery, shattered so completely that there won't be a piece big enough to carry coals from a fireplace or a little water from the well. You took everybody fucked up, pretty much. Verse 15. This is what the Sovereign Lord Yahawah, the Holy One of Yahshua says, only in returning to me and resting in me, you will be saved. In quietness and confidence is your strength. But you will have none of it, 2/3. All right. You said, no, we will get our help from Egypt. Like that scripture says, woe unto them that go to Egypt for help. I will condemn those who put their trust in human beings. Okay, pretty much. Okay, and that's something that Egypt is Babylon, aka America. Modern day Pharaoh, the so-called white man. Okay, it's again, you said no, we will get our help from Egypt. They will give us swift horses for riding into battle. But only swiftness you are going to see is the swiftness of your enemies chasing you. So you 2/3 want to keep trusting these fucking Edomites, want to keep trusting Esau, Edom. Okay, they're going at some point they're going to rise up and chase your ass. They're going to try to kill you in Jacob's trouble. Okay, verse 17. Oh no, all right. Yeah, 6. That's pretty much the point. So that's pretty much the point. You 2/3. Hey, you don't want to believe in what our elders, the apostles, and bishops, and all the men on down are prophesying to you. Bring to your attention. Hey, woe to you. Okay. All right. That's pretty much it. All right. And a little one, let's do the edifying.
YAHAWAH RATAZA.
Brought us some articles from current events that's going on in the world. And a big topic is, that MOTB is literally about to be fulfilled. It's about to smack a lot of people in the face again. Ezekiel 33:33, right? yeah, pretty much goes into, you know, prophets among them, you know, this whole time. So once the prophet comes to pass, Lord will come, then he shall know a prophet among them, operating. Okay, so once that Quran becomes mandatory, it's gonna be, oh shit, damn, Apostle Howard is correct. Yeah, bro, they've been prophesying about this like 30 plus years. Okay, before it became a hot topic. Before now you got these wannabe prophets all of a sudden want to come out the woodwork and start prophesying about the MOTB, not knowing what it really is.
Prophesying false.
Yep. All right. So hey, Lord will edifying. We're gonna close out by giving due all praises, honor, and glory to
YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI BAHASHAM QADASH.
All right, double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops and CMS. Much respect to the Aki while leaving the works. THAWADAH to you believers, to Aki and Aqua, to be brothers and sisters, to the proud of the truth. As always,
BTA, Abad Boston, Kwame Yashala.
Alright, that's to America. Alright, joy, and the confused as place. Alright, Lord, SHALOM. This is die at any point.
Oh, look,
41%.
Hey, call YAHAWAH
Call
BAHASHAM
YAHAWAH
YAHAWASHI.
41%.